So this is our Discovery 2 American Expedition vehicle equipped with a Safari Snorkel. You may know from previous videos our Australian Expedition vehicle is also equipped with a Safari Snorkel. Now these products are obviously designed for deeper than desirable water crossings. Wilms and myself, preferring to travel as a solo vehicle, like to avoid such obstacles if we can. However, if we have to face them, I would rather have one of these on the vehicle than not. So being such an awesome product, why would I title a video Beware the Safari Snorkel? So it is that if your snorkel's been on the vehicle for 10 years or more, there is a hidden component that does wear with time and can compromise the effectiveness of this particular item. And that is what I'd like to share with you right now. So this is where we are with this. We can see this sort of rubber slash fabric connector that runs between this intake and where the filter lives. And we can see that after 10 or 12 years or more since this has been installed, that those holes are worn away in there, and that compromises the unit. That is a false sense of security, and that could also lead to the demise of an engine if I went through water that was deep enough there, and that is a problem. To start with, we've got a couple of little plastic nuts that hold this on. That connects there. A screwdriver somewhere, wedge that in. Alright, and then we have our little casing, and you can see there's a bit of a gasket here to seal it up against the body, and you can see that's rotten as well, and that one is not going to stop any water from flowing in. So we've got trouble there. And then our connector, I shoot, pops off, and that is rough. Underneath we can see that it's even worse. That's a massive hole. So this is our new kit to replace the other connector. Is the rubber bit in the middle. We have a gasket that's going to fit into that housing, and then of course we've got some hose clamps to help seal each end of this. Now this is not cheap. This is like 40 or 50 US dollars. But if you think you're going to do water crossings, and if you have a Safari Snorkel, then I would recommend just spending the money and making sure you have that extra security. We're going to put it on. Okay, we're going to insert this guy first because he's a bit tricky. Hose clamps on. There's not much room to work, so you're just hoping that you get this seal right, because if you stuff this job up, then you might as well just have left it broken. Alright. Now you can see down that hole there, you can see that it's all good. Everything's as it should. Alright, that looks promising. Let us proceed with the next piece. That can go on there. Now something that worries me is this hose clamp will be rubbing up against a pipe that looks like it has to do with something. So what I might do is I might try and get a piece of rubber or tape in there to protect that pipe from that sort of stuff. Alright, next piece. Slot that in. And we'll replace our little plastic nuts. Make sure that's flush against the side. Alright, so what I'm seeing here is, even though these are screwed up, there is a gap that runs along the edge here. These little plastic nuts are no good. I'm going to replace them with steel ones, and if the seal is not to my satisfaction, then I might put some silica in there just to make sure that it's all good. Now you can see how easily overlooked this little thing is, and what a false sense of security it can be when you've got a compromised component further down the line from the intake. Well, if you already knew this trick, then that's great, and if you didn't, now you do. So if you've got a Safari Snorkel that's been on your vehicle for 10 years or more, then get out there and check it before your next Kimberley trip, and from Mr. Foreman and Wilms, happy travels.